route with your KLEK 1 to 2.5 forecast. Clouds lower and thicken today with a chance of showers near 70. Partly to mostly cloudy tonight, a few showers, a weather front coming in near 50. A morning shower, then partly sunny, 65 to 70 Thursday. Still a chance of showers in the 60s on Friday, partly to mostly cloudy. Educate, entertain, and empower. We're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. French President Emmanuel Macron says he's discussed a new Iran deal with US President Donald Trump. Indian spiritual guru Asaram Bapu's been convicted of raping a 16-year-old girl at his ashram in Jodhpur in 2013. Facebook's confirmed the van driver accused of killing 10 people in Toronto posted on the site minutes before the attack on Monday. And a man's in a critical condition after being attacked before Liverpool's Champions League semi-final against Roma.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Quabila Jones, and my very special guest today is Bishop Adrian Rodgers from Fullness of Joy Ministries on Thorn Street here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I apologize, I don't know the exact address.
It's all right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you missed Bible study, you missed a treat. He also joined Reverend Greg Ota for Bible study this morning, but if you missed it, you can go back and watch the video on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page. But without further ado, we're going to get into our topic for today. But before that, I'm going to ask Bishop Rodgers to please lead us in a word of prayer.
Father, thank you for this time and for this opportunity to talk about you first, Lord, and then the ministry that you've given us and all other things that matter. We thank you for this time and for the invitation. Thank you for Quabila and for all that are connected to this station. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for that. And we see quite a few people have tuned in. We thank you all for watching. Don't just watch, join the conversation. Share your thoughts and your feelings. I want to say good morning to Miss Moselle, Christy, and Miss Pauline Witherspoon. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get into talking about Fullness of Joy Ministries. Now, first, tell us, how long has the ministry itself been in existence?
Fullness of Joy started on the second Sunday in September of 1994. Okay. So we are approaching 24 years.
That's awesome.
And we are excited about that. We started with 4, and that's my wife, myself, our 6-year-old son, and 2-year-old daughter.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was the beginning, and the Lord has brought us up until now.
That is really wonderful. And you all, since you have been established, you have been making some major impact in this community as a whole. I see people I've known, and I know a lot of people that attend your church, and it's just amazing to see the impact you've made in everyone's life and their family and just the community as a whole. We're going to get into that.
Sure. Okay,
so where did your church first start?
We started in the Park. It was called then the Park Inn.
Okay.
Now it's the Park Place Inn.
Okay.
And it was a very, very, very nice hotel then. And that's where we started. We met on Sunday afternoons at 3. And then after a few months, we started having Bible study at the old E. Boone Watson Community Center.
Oh, wow.
This is before they built the new building. And then we moved to a storefront. It used to be called Holiday Plaza. I believe it's now called the Medical Plaza on Caraway. Oh. And we had already negotiated to purchase our building on Ray Street. We just had to wait on the current church to build a new church. Okay. And so we moved to the Ray Street location at 3607 Ray Street. We moved at 3307 Ray Street. We moved there in September of 96.
Okay.
And we were there until April of 2017. And then we moved into our new location at 2120 Thorn Street, where we presently are. And we're excited about the things that God is doing.
Amen. So I want to read some of these comments. Cornelius Moore says, good morning. Christy Mathis Conway says, I'm excited for the world to know about the wonderful work that FOJ is doing. Naima, I'm so sorry. I always get her name wrong. Good morning,
okay.
Bishop. And good morning to Latoya Yarbrough and Brad Dillon. So thank you all for joining us this morning.
That's great. Good morning to all of them.
All right, so it has been a whirlwind of a year. I was looking through your Facebook page and some of your other members' pages that I know, and there is always, and I cannot stress it enough, always something going on at Fullness of Joy. So tell us what it has meant to be in this larger space and able to provide more services.
It's absolutely been phenomenal, and we're still praying about and making progress and using even more space. I've asked God to give us wisdom on how to use every square foot of the building, and we went from 13,000 square feet to 72,000 square feet. And so, there's still rooms we haven't touched yet. And so we're asking God to give us wisdom on how to use everything. But it's been amazing. And we've already been able to do so many things that we wanted to do. My wife, who, be praying for her. She was not feeling well this morning. She was supposed to be with me. And if you're listening in now, baby, we love you and we miss you. But she's co-pastor with me at the church. Not only that, but she also heads our women's ministry. And one of the things that they have done, there was a lady here, and she would have had her name and everything, but she had a women's clothes closet, and their specialty was providing women with business wear when they went to those kind of job interviews and began to work those kind of jobs. It's called the Transformation Women's Center. And when the lady closed, she donated all of that inventory to our church. And so because of our new building, we had room. And so that's now set up at the church. And they do that by appointment only. And you call and set it up. And they provide business wear for those entering into those kinds of jobs. And I'm sure at some point we'll expand that to even more things, but that's where we're starting. And but in that building we had the room to do that, and that was so exciting. Then I was also very excited about our youth ministry, Y Crew, which is headed by Christy Conway, and she does a phenomenal job. Her and the staff and all of our kids, they're phenomenal. But it gave us space because the building has a gym and classrooms, and the youth have their own auditorium. And we do a program during football and basketball season called Fifth Quarter.
Okay, I saw that.
That occurs on Fridays after the game.
Okay.
Because we wanted to provide a safe place for our youth to hang out, where it's no drugs, no alcohol, no sex. It's a safe environment where you can just have fun and enjoy yourselves and so on and so forth. And we were able to do that and do it on a greater level. And so it's been phenomenal. And we are so very excited that God has allowed us to be in this kind of venue where we can do many, many, many things.
That's awesome. We have another comment from Latoya Yarbrough. She says, Bishop Rodgers and Fullness of Joy are doing great things. Take the city. All right.
Thank you, Latoya. We so appreciate it. Love you and your husband.
And good morning to Mr. Chu for joining us also. Another thing, and I've been trying to get Keisha, but Keisha, I know she has to work, but Keisha, along with some other ladies and co-pastor Rodgers, I don't know if co-pastor Rodgers actually went to this training, but you have members that have been trained through the cancer, I don't know if it's through the Cancer Center, or they're now trained to provide support services to those that have. Absolutely.
Of course, as many people know, my wife is winning a battle against colon cancer, and we thank God for that. But we've also learned on a greater level the support system that's needed. And Keisha Higgins and another young lady named Alicia Green
Okay.
went to training at the Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Okay.
And then they've been to other trainings as well, and really working to set up and provide support during the Christmas season. I believe it was we did care packages for many people dealing with cancer and just to encourage and to strengthen and let people know you're praying for them and you haven't forgotten about them. They do a phenomenal job, and we look forward to that expanding as well. And again, because we have the room to do it,
Right.
We're looking forward to that expanding as well. And but they're doing a phenomenal job.
And I brought that up because I ran across a flyer a little while ago about Caregivers Day Out.
Yes.
Oftentimes when people are going through some type of illness or they're faced with something, the caregiver is sometimes left out of the mix. All the focus seems to be on the patient, and the caregivers they may not be physically going through the pain and trauma and the treatment. However, they are going through their own share of something.
I always had respect for the caregiver because I knew some, but the level went up a whole nother notch going through this with my wife, and because I've known of caregivers to actually pass before the people that they're taking care of, and it finally clicked. There's no medication for the caregiver.
Oh wow.
There's no doctor's appointment for caregiving. And you see whoever you're taking care of at their worst. You see them at their worst, and there's nothing you can do but care for them. But at the same time, you have to deal with that. And so I really this Caregivers Day Out, I think that's so phenomenal. And Keisha really has a heart. Coming up with these kind of ideas, it's just brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant. And I certainly believe that it will help and that it will touch people and bless people and meet some people at the point of their needs. And that's what ministry is. Ministry is meeting needs. We look forward to meeting people at the point of their needs.
Well, thank you. A few more comments. Christy mentioned you all have your church has a computer lab. I want to say good morning to Miss Angela Gibson. She said, good morning, Bishop. Love you.
Great.
Christy says the name of that support ministry, it's called Cancer Care Ministry.
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Christy, you own it.
Yeah, she is on it. We do have a computer lab, and we're getting computers right now. Computers were actually donated to our church and donated to the nonprofit entity of our church, and we're getting them booted up now, working to get them all with the latest software and like that, and we're going to start computer literacy training for youth and for adults.
Okay.
And because you need that training now to fill out applications and for college, for jobs, and all of that, and so we want to provide that as well.
All right. Another comment from Victoria Wheatley Calhoun. Now that's ministry, Bishop Rodgers. My God, keep doing it for him. Well, thank you so much for that comment.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so also, not to name drop, but you all have brought some big name people here to Jonesboro as well, just to help expand the ministry. And they didn't come just to put on a concert or sing, even though many of them are musicians. Mm-hmm. They came to still give a word as well.
Absolutely.
So talk about what it's been like to be able to bring, even though you've been doing it since, you were at Ray Street, but now you have the bigger facility and you're able to invite more people, that may not have been able to come before.
It's so, it's just so amazing to be able to do this. And Bishop Marvin Sapp has come on several occasions, and now we have some friends who when people are in town, they'll call us and ask us, can we accommodate? I pastor a church in Memphis as well, and sometimes it's for that church, sometimes it's for Fullness of Joy, sometimes it's for both.
Okay.
And that is so exciting. And then even through our youth ministry, we do an event every year called Youth Weekend. Several people have been for Youth Weekend, and it's just always amazing. James Fortune was with us not too long ago, and then some people are renting the church and doing venues there as well. Not too long ago, Tim Rodgers and the fellows, Leandria Johnson, Patrick Bean and Bonafide Worshipers, and Mike J were all there on a concert. They rented the facility, and that was exciting. And we haven't signed contracts, so but we're supposed to have a comedy show, Christian comedy show, one in June. Then another one in August, and we'll get that word to you just as soon as everything is all signed and all of that good stuff. But it's just been a lot of exciting things. I've always believed that you're not limited by your geographical location; you're limited by your vision.
Okay.
And only you can limit yourself. And
right.
And so we're working to bring many more to our city, and we're looking forward to it. In fact, June the 5th through the 8th, we're having our Impact Conference here, June 5th through 8th. That's a Tuesday through Friday. This is a fellowship of churches, and my father was the founder of this fellowship, and 3 pastors came out of his church, including me, and we asked him to form this fellowship so we could strengthen one another. We could do a major conference every year. We could have a fellowship, and so on and so forth. And so that happened, and then my father retired from it a few years ago, and I became bishop over the fellowship. And for 19, 20 years, this has always been in Memphis, and at New Dimensions Church in Memphis. And this year, we decided to bring it to Jonesboro. And we are excited. It's going to be phenomenal. Bishop Jewel Withers, who is over the first jurisdiction of Arkansas, Church of God in Christ, will be with us on that Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, Shane Perry. This is an amazing preacher. And I tell you what, he is a Caucasian gentleman. That's got some black anointing on him, and he's gonna preach. I'm telling you. And on that Thursday night, I'll be sharing the word, and then on Friday night, one of our dear friends, Bishop Runwell from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, will be here on that Friday night. He and several members from his fellowship will be here on that Friday night. It's going to be phenomenal. We have day services Wednesday through Friday from noon until 1. And one of our special guests this year would be Pastor Glenn Conley of the Miller's Temple Church. And the day sessions will be on building faith. And Pastor Conley is a walking miracle. And God healed him of cancer and some other things he's going to share. My father, Bishop Charles Rodgers, is going to share, and my wife is going to share in the day services. All 3 of them will be sharing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we'll also have great seminars. One of them is on building your credit. That'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And my assistant, Pastor Darrell Griffin, is over that, and he does a fantastic job. And then the nightly services, they are always powerful. Not only will we have that for the adults, there will be youth church going on every night. They'll have their own service and speakers and all of that. That's always wonderful. We've had up to 200 kids in the youth service, and so that's going to be fantastic. There'll be children's church. There'll also be nursery. And so the parents can just come in and enjoy themselves and know that youth age children, the younger children, and also nursery age children will all be taken care of and provided for. We have refreshments for them and everything. And so that's going to be June the 5th through the 8th, and that's going to be held here at Fullness of Joy for the first time. And we are so very excited about this
amazing.
conference. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. So
I'll make sure to be looking out for the information so I can post on the KLEK Facebook, Instagram.
Absolutely.
And we have a new or updated web page.
Well, great.
And so we'll make sure to post it on there as well. We have a few more comments. Let's see. Nakia Porter. I want to say good morning to Mr. Theron Brown. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
And Nakia Porter Casey says, my bishop is an amazing musician himself, and many artists who have much respect for him, not only as a man of God, but amazing musician, allows him to reach out to those who are sometimes unreachable. Okay. Pastor Johnny Hood says, I still love Impact. Christy Mathis, oh my God, I love Pastor Evangelist Perry. And thank you, Ms. Pamela Kale, for joining us this morning.
Fantastic. Pastor Johnny Hood is a dear friend out of Theta, Missouri.
Okay.
And pastors a great church there, and we've had a friendship for many, many years. So great to hear from him.
All right, so we're getting ready to come up on our break here soon. So I don't want to get too deep into another question. When we come back from our break, we will touch on your ministry in Memphis, New Dimensions.
Okay.
Don't want to leave them out. But before we go to break, I have to say thank you from the KLK staff, for myself. Thank you all for being now one of our longest supporters. We can't thank you enough for believing in our vision and to support us and all that we do. Every day we're trying to elevate and grow the services that we provide to the community, and with your help we're able to do a lot of those things. So
we're honored to be a part.
We thank you all so much. And all of your members, the different members that have come on to my show, they've been so wonderful. I've gotten to meet so many people and learned about so many different of your ministries. I know we haven't even touched probably on them all, but we'll definitely get into more
great.
of that. But we're getting ready for a break. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Want to make sure your teen learns absolutely nothing from a bad decision? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. The question is not whether your teen will make a boneheaded or maybe even rebellious decision. The question is how you, the parent, will react. Here are some ways that will guarantee your teen learns absolutely nothing from a bad decision. First, protect them from all painful, uncomfortable, expensive, or embarrassing consequences. This will ensure that they will do it again. They'll think they can do pretty much what they want, when they want, to whom they want, and they won't feel the heat. Second, show more concern for things than for them. If they get in a car accident, get mad about the car and not concerned about them or other people. For more on this topic, check out markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
Teresa Beck, owner of Full Sun Gifts, 606 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK. Full Sun Gifts offers a variety of gift ideas such as candles, fragrances, bath and body products, makeup, cosmetics, skincare, and more for birthdays, weddings, holidays, and all occasions. Details at Full Sun Gifts on Facebook and Instagram and 870-974-8480.
Hello, I'm Officer Victoria Evans. I have always had a desire to help others in need and to be an example and role model to young women by encouraging them to never give up on their dreams. My dream was to become a police officer and to serve my community. In 2016, that dream became a reality, and it is the most rewarding experience of my life. Now I want to let you know about the same opportunity. The Jonesboro Police Department will conduct testing every month for patrol officers. Applications are available online at jonesboropolice.com or at the Police Department, 1001 South Caraway Road. The Jonesboro Police Department offers a competitive salary, health, and retirement benefits, top-of-the-line training, and most importantly, the chance to make a difference in the Jonesboro community. Join me in making Jonesboro a better place. The Jonesboro Police Department is an equal opportunity employer, and women and minorities are especially encouraged to apply. More information is available at 870-935-5657.
The Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was established on June 28, 1997 by 13 dynamic women who accepted the challenge and honor of chartering the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter. Today, the chapter continues to impact the Jonesboro community by sponsoring programs such as the Sonia D. Williams Scholarship Breakfast, Back to School Bash, Disaster Preparedness, Delta Academy, Empower African Girls, and Autism Awareness. Our focus correlates with the national theme, uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. Our chapter supports Delta's 5-point programmatic thrusts: economic development, educational development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness and involvement. More information about the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is available at www.jonesboroalumnidst.org or via email jonesboroalumni@live.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Kabila Jones, and my special guest today is Bishop Adrian Rodgers from Fullness of Joy Ministries here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Before we went to break, I mentioned that we're going to now touch on the ministry in Memphis at New Dimensions. We don't want to leave them out, so I would love Bishop to tell us how long that ministry has been established and a little bit more about, what types of events and programs you do in Memphis.
Sure. That church started in January of 1985, and I am a charter member of New Dimensions. It started with 17 people, and I am one of the 17.
Okay.
And so, in fact, it was my father and that ministry that sent us to Jonesboro and supported us here.
Okay.
And they paid the rent for our ministry for 1 year and supported us. There would be no Fullness of Joy without New Dimensions.
Okay.
And 10 years ago, in 2008, my father made the decision to retire from active pastoring. He's still preaching. He's been preaching most all of his life, and he still preaches revivals and travels and the whole 9 yards. But he made a decision to retire from active pastoring, and the Lord put on his heart for me to come and pastor the church. And I really had no desire to pastor 2 churches, and I knew I was not to leave Jonesboro. But the Lord spoke and said to do it. And so we've been there since January of 2008, and it's been a privilege and honor, to go back and pastor your home church. That's a big deal. And so I am very grateful. In fact, some of the people that have been commenting this morning are members of New Dimensions in Memphis. And so I am very, very grateful and honored to be there. And that church has facilities also where we're ministering. There's a gym there. And on Tuesday nights, we go and pick up kids out of a neighborhood called North Haven in Memphis and bring them in for Bible study, and we feed them and teach them the Word, and many of them have given their hearts to the Lord. And in fact, 15 of them gave their hearts to the Lord here at Fullness of Joy during our youth weekend. And that was so amazing. But many of them also have given their hearts to the Lord at the church there in Memphis. And some of them came in real rough. I mean, real rough. Got to fighting on the bus and used profanity. And it was just crazy. But I'm telling you.
On the way to the church.
On the way to the church. Every week we're seeing change. Every week. People only do what they know. Wow. And when you show them better, many will do better. And we're seeing that happen. And many of them that came in rough, they're helping now to lead the new ones that come in. And so that's a very exciting thing. And it's a solid and stable church. And we're grateful to see the move of the Lord there as well.
That is amazing. I want to touch on something you just mentioned about showing people love. I know that you also do sometimes a feeding program for the homeless and other individuals. Mm-hmm. And from what I have experienced over the years of knowing you all, I've had the opportunity, the pleasure of actually sitting down with co-pastor Susan on many occasions and just fellowshipping. And from what I get, you all don't Bible beat, you don't browbeat, you approach people where they are and meet their needs and show them love, and then you feed them Jesus. So
right, exactly.
Tell us why that's so important.
Well, again, I said earlier that ministry means meeting needs, and if someone is hungry, okay, their stomach growling is going to be louder than your voice talking about Jesus. Feed them and then tell them about Jesus. Okay. All right, feed them and then tell them about Jesus. Whatever other needs that you have, we can't meet every need, but many times, because we do have a social services director, Lorinda Lockhart, if we can't meet the need, we point them in that direction, because sometimes they just don't know who to talk to. Okay. And sometimes the favor on your life, what will help you in that area is talking to the right person. Okay. And so if we can't meet every need, but many times we can point them in the right direction. And when as you're helping meet their natural needs, tell them about the Lord. Okay. And tell them about the Lord. And I think that's very important. Again, ministry is not just having church.
That's right.
All right. And that's a part of ministry, but that's not all ministry. Ministry is meeting needs.
Amen. I want to say good morning to Ian Buchanan, Mylan Carter. Shamir Wallace says, "Come on, Pops." To Mr. Shadrach Turner. And Ian says, "I love my bishop, doing a great job, Pops."
Well, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
You have a lot of extra children.
I do, and I appreciate. I have 2 biological children, and I appreciate them for sharing me and their mother with others. All right. And we are very grateful for that.
And I would love to highlight a program that Miss Brianna is doing. Was Pretty Proverbs birthed out of the Fullness of Joy ministry?
It was not. It was actually not birthed out of the ministry. I believe it came as a result of teaching of the ministry, of course, but it was something the Lord placed on her heart, and I believe one of the reasons that it's so successful is because it's not tied per se to the church. Okay. And of course they tell people about Jesus and the whole 9 yards, but it is people. You don't have to belong to our church to be a part. That's what I'm trying to say. And in fact, they have a chapter in Jonesboro. Of course, they have a chapter now in Memphis. Okay. Through the University of Memphis, they have and they also just opened a chapter in Little Rock. And again, you do not have to belong to the church to be a part of it. But man, a lot of times, especially out of high school, entering into college, entering to adulthood, you're just out of your folks' house, especially if you stand on the dorm or whatever. And many times there really, 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 really needs to be direction. And you need to hook up with somebody, Yeah. And then know that you're not the only one that has struggles. that other people have struggles as well, and I think that is we are so proud of her. And Monique is also the one they started it together.
Okay.
And Monique, trying to think of her married name, Monique Grant, and they started it together, and they're doing a fantastic job. We're so very, very proud of them. They're doing a fantastic job.
That's awesome. I being a student at Arkansas State University, I downloaded, there's a mobile app that Arkansas State has created, some students, and so there's like a message feed, and I often see either Kyron or someone post about meetings on campus and whatnot. I wish something like that, maybe I was just too dense or unattached to look for it, but back when I was in school in the 90s, I really do wish something like that was around, because I know that feeling of coming from home, being, you're happy to be on your own. I'm not around my parents. They don't tell me what to do. Right. But at the same time, I'm on my own. I need to connect with other people like me. So,
and unfortunately, there are, for lack of a better word, predators on the campus. A lot of men who consider these young ladies, one of the things they call freshmen is fresh meat, and on campus, and I think it's so important to have somebody to talk to, and somebody you can relate to that won't judge you, but will tell you the truth, and I think that's very important. So we're very proud of Brianna and Monique, and all the staff is fantastic. Their staff is phenomenal. Kyron and Matisha, and man, so many. Just so many names that won't even come to me right now. But those young ladies do a fantastic job.
Awesome. Miss Naima says, fellow Pretty Proverb leads a platform for the virtuous woman. She said a sister circle meets every third Monday at 8th State. So please get us the time of that, Miss Naima, so that I can make sure to post that information as well. And good morning, Miss Sherry, for joining our conversation. All right, so again, there's so many wonderful ministries that have been birthed out of Fullness of Joy. Even though Pretty Proverbs just goes to show that because of the teaching that you have given over the years, and I'm sure there are other ministries and other things that are going to come about. I got to meet Miss Keandria Borders, who has a mentoring group called Adjusted Crown. It just goes to show that under your teaching, people are now being equipped with the tools they need to reach others and draw them in to, I don't want to say the ministry, because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, just come to Fullness of Joy,
Sure.
But they're drawing people into a ministry of
exactly, because no one church fits everybody, and hey, that's just the truth. No one church fits everybody. My father used to always say, nobody has universal appeal. All right, nobody is liked by everybody, and so for some people, our church doesn't work for them. And my advice to them is find a good Bible teaching, Bible believing church and get in that. If it's not Fullness of Joy, we understand, but find one. And some church has to work for them, and so that's important. That's important.
Amen. All right, so tell us some more things that are coming up, or I know it's still a year away from your 25th year, but do you have you all started planning maybe
We're going to blow the top off. We're going to blow the top off for our 25th year. And, when something first starts, you never know how far it's going to go and all of that. And it has been just phenomenal to see what the Lord is doing. And we knew that part of our connection would be with the campus, with the college students, and we've seen many of them. It's funny to hear them even testify. They say, I came to John getting out of my house. I thought I was finna party, and I ran right into Jesus, and that's been fantastic. And but not only that, we also have senior citizens that belong to our church, and we Oh God, we love the mothers, and we love those with experience. You need everything to make a church work well, and so we've got from nursery age to the 70s, and I appreciate all of them. I respect the hoary head. The Bible talks about the hoary head, which is the gray head, which represents maturity, and many times, especially when they're in the Lord, it represents wisdom. And so we appreciate having both extremes and everything in between. And I think that's important to have. And so, but yeah, for the 25th, we're going to celebrate. And the goodness of the Lord. God is good to us, and we want everybody to know. This last year has just really been a whirlwind for us, and we went in our new building on the second Sunday in April of 2017. And since that time, we've had a grand opening celebration. We've had 2 youth weekends. We've had 2 women's conferences. We have had a lot to happen. The Transformation Center, that's the women's clothing closet. We've had all of this to occur within the last year. And so it's just been absolutely phenomenal seeing what the Lord has done. Our women's ministry, what really excites me. My wife was unfortunately molested as a child, which so many have faced. So many women have faced. And in our studies, we found out that 3 out of 4 young ladies have had some kind of unwanted touch in their lives, and that's not the only thing we deal with, but we do deal with that, and that and many other things. And we've seen a lot of people be healed and delivered emotionally, and delivered from alternative lifestyles, and which many times has been caused by some kind of tragedy in their lives. And we've seen that happen, and we've seen marriages restored, and we've seen people prepare for marriage and all of that. And it is so very exciting, and to see what has happened, what is happening, and what will continue to happen. And she is certainly a powerful woman of God with a very effective ministry, and we're seeing so many strong women birthed out of this. There's just so many, and because people, they can't walk in their value if they don't know their value. Amen. And so we're excited. We're excited about what the Lord is doing there. We're revamping our men's ministry, and I'm excited. It kicked off Wednesday, the last Wednesday of last month, and it was just phenomenal. Deacon Walter Towns is working with us on that. Tim Starks, who owns Starks Auto Plaza, he's working with us on that. And also a young man, Jonathan Higgins, who is a police officer in our city.
You gonna talk? Jonathan act like he don't want to talk sometimes.
He is fantastic. I've seen, I knew him before he and his wife married, and just to see them, they've been married now 20 plus years, and so yeah, and to see them just grow and mature and all of that, and it's amazing. And we want to grab these young men and just impart wisdom into them. We don't want them to. We tell them all the time, don't hinder your destiny, and some things may not stop your destiny, but it will delay it. So we're trying to point to them. Listen, don't get no girl pregnant. That can be 26 years of child support, and all of this kind of stuff. And don't get into trouble. Don't get into drugs and this wild life. And the world says, let that boy sow his wild oats. Well, the problem with sowing wild oats is it produces a wild harvest. And so we're trying to grab them and then let them hear the wisdom of older men who are married successfully, men who are in business successfully, or who have worked their way up on a job successfully and have a stable life, to impart into them that wisdom so they won't make some of the mistakes that some of us make. And so that's what we want to do. Also, singles ministry. And that's powerful. Hey, teaching people about God, how to date holy.
Well, I'm newly single, so I need to join that.
Hey, join it. How to date holy. My son just married. Adrian just married on Saturday, the 21st, and it was an amazing wedding. And one of the things that blessed me so about he and his now wife Lisa is that they dated holy. What do I mean by that? They put God first in their relationship, and they did not know each other sexually until they got married. And that's God's way. That's the way the Bible instructs us. My wife and I did the same thing. We dated 2.5 years and did not know each other sexually until we got married. And so they made that commitment, and they're not the only ones, but I know about them. Yes. And they did that, and I know others that have done it as well. Wow. And I know that God honors that. And God blesses that. So we're very excited for them, just extremely excited for them.
We're definitely going to have to get some people from your singles ministry to come do a show, because that's a whole other show.
Yeah, that's Minister Tiffany Wright.
And
we can set that up. She does a fantastic job, and they're working to even broaden some other things. And we have singles conferences and do seminars and classes and all of that. And, you have to... you can't ignore where people are, and they need ministry where they are. And so for our nursery age kids, youth, children, single, married, all of that needs attention. And we try to teach people how to be successfully married. There is a way. There are principles that will work in any marriage. To love each other, honor each other, respect each other. That works in any marriage.
Okay, that's another show.
Yeah. So we work to do that, and we have a tweens ministry that's preteen. They're out of children's church, but not quite ready for the youth church yet. That's called ACES, and which means anointed, chosen, extraordinary students. Okay. And they're taught on Wednesday nights and all of that. Our youth ministry is Kingdom Kids, our children's ministry is Kingdom Kids, and a ministry that's really blossoming now is drama ministry. Drama. Oh man, they just did a play on Easter. Chris Conway, that was, oh God, it was. If at the end you bring people to the altar, it's a success. Wow. And they are doing some fantastic stuff. Chris Conway is doing some amazing, he's a brilliant writer. Wow. And they're doing some amazing things.
All right. Well, we're going to get ready to go to break. When we come back, I'll read some more of these Facebook comments. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in. I'm not ignoring your comments, but I will read them when we come back. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Our Think Wealthy quote of the week comes from wealth management expert Robin Young, founder of Women Behaving Wealthy.
Everyone deserves a fun account. First of all, you want to think about what gives you the most pleasure, what's most important to you in terms of spending. If it's shopping, you need to shop. If it's travel, you must travel. The key, though, is you create a separate account. And that separate account, you fund every time you get paid. And that's where you spend on your fun expenditures. And so once that money's gone, the caveat, though, is that you can't spend any more.
The truth is that it's about prioritizing, not deprivation. So go ahead, have some fun. For more great tips from Robin Young, go to womenbehavingwealthy.com. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Meineke of Jonesboro is now Starks Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center, offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. The all-new Starks Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Starks Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
Tune in to Community Conversations every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. here on KLEK 102.5 FM. Join host Quabila Jones-Harden as she talks to people who are making a difference in the community and learn about the people and organizations that provide services to make Jonesboro a better place. Community Conversations every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. on KLEK 102.5 FM. The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
The Epic Center, located at 1899 Hasbrook Road, County Road 333, is Jonesboro's newest venue for entertainment for the entire family. They offer an auditorium with theater-style seating for up to 1,100 guests, a large stage, professional lighting and sound, dressing rooms, concessions, and more. Available for weddings, concerts, pageants, birthday parties, showers, and more. Booking and other information is available at Epic Center Jonesboro on Facebook, epiccenterjonesboro.com, and at 870-530-5841.
House of Details, located at 3217 Herb Street, Suite C, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle: waxing, clear coat protection, basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more. With a motto of, anything mean, we can clean. Details available via Quentin Bogard at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and houseofdetailsjonesboro.com.
This portion of KLEK programming can be made possible by your business. Your support will help in educating, entertaining, and empowering the community by supporting local talent, serving the community you love, and providing information on issues you care about from a different perspective. Call 870-203-9951 or visit klekfm.org to learn how we can help connect you more with the community, or visit us at 1411 Franklin Street. KLEK 102.5 Jonesboro, educating, entertaining, and empowering the community.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I want to read our Facebook comments before Bishop wraps up our conversation for today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I've truly enjoyed all of your comments. All right, so from Ms. Sherry Courage says, you're doing a great job, Bishop, and Q enjoying. Ms. Gwendolyn says, Scaife, our Bishop, Adrian Rodgers, is an awesome speaker. Bishop Rodgers, you make us so proud, so very proud. Ian says, why crew drive through prayer? And we're going to I'm going to let Bishop touch on that a little bit more. Ian, thank you so much for that. Christy says, yes, marriage is restored. Good morning to Latonya Rove. Janae Abston, glad to be under the ministry. Love my First Lady and Bishop. Jackie Gorham says, whoop whoop, singles ministry. Good morning, Miss Keisha Higgins. She said, the greatest bishop in the land. I'm thankful to be a part of Fullness of Joy Ministries. Hi, Keandria. Naima says, woo woo, come on, drama ministry. And Christy says, yes, Chris Conway, my hubby. She's so dramatic. I love you, Christy.
Yeah.
Naima says Tiffany's over the ministry. I'm going to reach out to Miss Tiffany. Everybody drop a word to Miss Tiffany right for me, please. Miss Gwendolyn says, yes, they are. Thank God for sending new dimensions and fullness of joy. I'm sorry, I don't understand that comment. Okay.
Gwendolyn Scaife, Janae Abston, Angela Gibson, many of them that have responded are from the church in Memphis, from New Dimensions. So thank you for responding as well.
All right. And Keisha says, Cancer Care Ministry will host Caregivers Day out on June 23rd. Keisha, I'm looking for you too. Christy Conway says, okay. And then good morning to Mr. Samuel. And Ian says the singles mixer is on June 22nd at 7 p.m. I need all these announcements, please, y'all. Thank you in advance.
Absolutely.
I will help spread the word on that. So, wow, so many things going on.
Yeah, the drive-through prayer is going to be held next Thursday. That's the National Day of Prayer. It's next Thursday, May the 3rd. And last year we had this. They did it for 1 hour in the rain.
Yes, I
and
saw
they
that.
prayed for 98 people.
That is amazing.
98. And it's going to be from 5:45 until 7:30. 5:45 until 7:30. And we expect to pray for many, 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 many people. And this is headed by Minister Christy Conway, Y Crew staff, and our youth. They will be praying for people as well. And there's going to be a big service for the adults at Walnut Street Baptist Church, because I'm praying over there, but I'm excited about what our youth are going to be doing. The National Day of Prayer on May the 3rd, 5:45 to 7:30.
And that just goes to show again what you are pouring into these babies.
Yes.
I call them babies because they're
Right.
old enough to be some of them mom.
Right. Because hey, kids do what they learn.
Yes.
And either they're twerking and shaking their behind somewhere, or they're doing things for the Lord. And we choose the latter.
Amen.
Yeah.
I want to say good morning to Miss Lorinda Jones Lockhart. Lorinda, you missed the whole conversation, girl. You got to go back and watch it from the beginning. So
I do want to shout out to Elder Chris Hinton and our music ministry. They do a
Yes.
great job on a weekly basis.
telling you.
Also, our dance ministry. Alvin Brown is over that, and they minister well as well. And then one of the ministries that works in the background, but it is powerful, is our intercessory prayer ministry, where they're lifting up the church, myself, my wife, and not only that, but praying for people everywhere. And prayer is important. And they're not always out front, but they always at work, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So in this last minute, tell everyone service days and times.
Sure. We're located at 2120 Thorn Street. It was formerly Nettleton Baptist Church, and 2120 Thorn Street. We meet on Sunday mornings, 9:30 for Sunday school. I tell people all the time, we're a Sunday school church.
Okay.
9:30 for Sunday school, 11 a.m. our morning worship, and then 7 p.m. is our evening praise deliverance service. I love Sunday night church. It's always wonderful. And then Wednesdays at 7 o'clock is our word and worship. And hey, come and join us and meet us there. You'll really be glad you did. And we're proud to be a sponsor of KLAK. I love Sundays and Wednesdays. That's when it's gospel. So I love Sundays and Wednesdays. We're proud to be a part.
And we're so happy to incorporate all Gospel Wednesday here at KLAK. So after the show, stay tuned. You don't want to miss, because Kirk Franklin is coming up with Save You More Than Life. So we thank you, Bishop, and thank you to everybody. And I really hate Miss Susan couldn't be here. I was looking forward to seeing her.
Yeah, we'll try to work that out again, or just let her come by herself.
Yes.
I know she'll do a great job.
Yes, sir. Well, we thank you, and thank you, everyone, and God bless, and have a great day, everyone. Don't forget, make today great, and it doesn't cost anything to be kind. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides